Hey everyone, Coda here. So I went public fursuiting for the first time probably like 1 or 2 weeks after I got my suit, which sounds kind of crazy, I know, because I haven't uploaded this video yet. It's because I have not wanted to edit it for some reason because I know I'm not going to be using any audio from the video because well, there's no way you guys are gonna hear me in my fursuit out here, okay? There's literally no way, and I went into it planning that. I didn't really talk to the camera, so I'm mainly just gonna be voiceovering this whole thing. I'm just gonna be talking about stuff, so yay. Second video on the channel, let's go.
You have many people staring at you.
Well, I'll stare back at them, they don't even know.
Bro.
That is one really cool thing about wearing a fursuit is that you can just stare at anyone and no one even knows. I do have follow me eyes as well, so it does look like I'm staring at everyone. I don't obviously just stare at people, but I don't have to like worry about locking eyes with someone, if you know what I mean. Like I can just look around and not have to worry about that because otherwise I would because I'm just like that. And here is where I also run into a crosswalk where I have to wait for the light to pass and some people actually come up and take a picture with me. This was my first time getting pictures with people. Okay, and fursuit, obviously.
Outfit, could you get a picture with me?
Sure.
I'm already a bit of a shy person, so it was way worse actually public fursuiting. However, I always had the idea in my head that whenever I do go public fursuiting, I feel like it isn't going to be that bad. Like, whenever I have my head on, I'm going to be able to just do whatever I want. I don't really have to be that shy because no one can see my face. Like, well, this isn't in the video, but whenever we were driving into the parking garage, we had to pass by a few people and I had my head on even in the car. So I don't know if they looked at me funny. I was so nervous going through that. I was just very nervous walking around for the first maybe like 10 minutes. But honestly, after that, I didn't really have much trouble with it anymore. I kind of got used to it. It didn't take me long to get used to it. And also the person filming the video for me, they felt the same way. It didn't actually take long for them to not really be nervous anymore.
Hey, is that a rat or a fox?
That's a fox.
Rat.
No, I'm not a rat. Is this how Pikachu feels being called a rat? That was uncalled for. Ruined my public fursuiting experience right there. I'm kidding.
There's somebody with some long hair. I wonder what is going on, dude. Like, why is there somebody with, like, what is
We'll
it?
figure it out
Omicron?
afterwards. Like, we'll look it up after we get home and I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Because there's somebody cosplaying as Hatsune Miku, I'm pretty sure.
Who?
Hatsune Miku.
Is that anime?
Yes.
So we were wondering why there was so many people here and why there was a bunch of people dressing up and stuff. Actually, it wasn't too many people dressing up, but you know, at least one is more than normal. Like people dressing up in anime costumes or whatever. When we came downtown Huntsville, we did not expect there to be a Comic-Con literally taking place right there. That was pretty crazy to find out later on. I didn't know until I got back home. It is just a huge coincidence I was dressed up for the occasion though.
Love it.
So what happened there was my cameraman was too interested in the car passing by to record me get a high five with this guy. You might have heard the guy say, I love your suit or whatever. I heard him and I went to clap and that's when I noticed that he had his hand held out for me to high five him. I barely saw that. That's one thing with wearing a suit is that like you're not gonna see a lot of things. So you can't see out of your peripheral vision. You also can't see, you know, directly in front of you because of the gap between your eyes. So yeah, I barely caught that.
Say hi.
I'm sure you expect this, but goodness, it was hot in that suit. I actually decided to go early afternoon. Like I looked at the weather app beforehand, before I did this public fursuiting because I didn't want to go out when it was sunny. So I went out when it was cloudy and I was already quite hot. Not too bad, but a little bit. And then when the sun actually came out, that's when it got really bad. So I did really enjoy the experience of public fursuiting. Like it's really cool to just see people's reactions and such and to just kind of be your character, you know? Next time that I public fursuit, I really want to like be more social, I guess. Wave at people more often and all that. Maybe I'll actually be able to talk to the camera. I'll probably get some sort of microphone where it'll be easier to talk to the camera and stuff. If not, I realized my voice does actually pick up pretty well on the video, like better than I thought anyway, better than I initially thought. So yeah, this channel wasn't just a one-off. I was just gonna upload one video and then be done. It kind of got close, but you know, I was gonna upload eventually. You know, I have to upload in like a month. I initially planned to upload like weekly, but that didn't happen. I did go to Furry Week in Atlanta, so I might make a video talking about that, but yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.